Alafia Lomo Olodumare. So let's talk about lineage. How important is knowing your lineage when you are working in Ifa? I'm going to provide my take by addressing three topics. First, your name, your bloodline lineage, and then the lineage of your Orisha, or I may touch on the lineage of your Babalawo as well. And I'm addressing it this way as an attempt to provide you information that will keep you from getting scammed or having an adverse experience when you are along your spiritual journey. So first, your name. Your name is important because many houses or ilays want to give their students, their children, their godchildren names. And this is great because it creates a sense of belonging. But what I found in some cases that these names do not resonate with the frequency of your birth name. And it should, because that's the name that you spoke to your God first, your mother. Your mother or father named you because that was the name that you chose. So throughout your journeys in life, every name, every nickname, every line name that you receive, it should make sense. It should carry that same frequency of your birth name. For some like myself, when I did my first initiation into Egungun, I received 3 titles. I didn't receive a name at all, which makes sense because my birth name, Octavia, even though it's a name, it's a title within itself. And the 3 titles that I received carry the same frequency as my name, Octavia. So when you are receiving your name, the meaning of your name should make sense. It should match the frequency of your birth name. Next, your bloodline. Your bloodline is important because your ancestors are the ones that are going to support you along your spiritual journey. So you don't want to mix blood, if you will. You do not want your bloodline to be upset or dishonored because of the spiritual journey that you are taking. Yes, all of us manifest here and we all have our own spiritual walks that may not be exactly the same as our ancestors. However, your spiritual journey should bring honor to your lineage. I could tell you now, I have a great grandmother that can't stand that I practice Ifa, right? But she supports me because it sustains me and my children. Does that make sense? She don't like it. She can't stand it. She don't want to be bothered. But because it's not causing harm to our lineage, it's actually elevated our lineage, it's actually brought good favor onto our name. She supports me. I can go to her for any concern that I have. You get? Lastly, the lineage of your Orisha or even your Babalawo. And this will bleed over into your bloodline lineage, not joining or mixing blood that will bring dishonor to your own lineage. For instance, if I come from a lineage of Stoosh people, it would bring terrible dishonor if I joined an Elay of vagabonds. And don't get me wrong, there's a little vagabondom in being Stoosh, but that is not the end-all be-all, if you will. Just the same, if I come from a lineage of vagabonds, the astute, the elite, the politicians, those Elays, they're probably not going to bring you in. They may give you some guidance, but they're going to direct you to where you need to be. Now, as far as your Orisha, this is important because you have to know who is this being, this entity, this deity that you're bringing into your home. My Obaluaye, I received Obaluaye first. I received Obaluaye out of Dahomey. Why? Because that is my bloodline. That is my lineage. I received a reading. I received Dafa. Dafa told me, yes, I am Yoruba out of Benin Kingdom. That's important. You want your Orisha to reflect your bloodline. So when I say, yes, I'm an Olorisha of Obaluaye, it's not just me being an Olorisha. That's my blood. That's my bloodline. That's my Baba. That's my big cousin, big uncle somewhere down the line. You feel me? Just the same as my Ifa. My Ifa is over 1,200 years old, coming out of Oyo. That's big. That's big in and of itself. I have an old Ifa. I don't have like a young Ifa. My Ifa came off the continent and it is old. So just the same, you want to make sure that the divinity that you are receiving and placing into your home reflects the frequency, resonates with the frequency that you carry, that does not bring dishonor to your lineage. That also means that some Babalawo cannot create or birth your divinity. I know for a fact the Babalawo that birthed my Obaluaye, I'd be hard pressed to find another Babalawo that knows what he knows. I've been fortunate enough to meet another one recently. And I'm talking about recently. I'm talking about my spiritual husband. Very recently, that I found a Babalawo that is as astute in Ifa as my original Oluo. And that's a blessing, because that happens once in a lifetime. So I'm forever grateful. But I know that Babalawo, my original Babalawo, shout out, put some respect on Baba Agbaba Migogo, the Igba Eshu, at least at the time. I don't know if he still is, because I lost contact with him. I love him dearly. But Baba Agbaba Migogo, that man put me on. I got some good training under him. But that's the thing. That's what you want. That's what you are looking for. Align your Ori. Let your Ori know. Let your Ori guide you to what is appropriate for you and your lineage. That takes time. That's patience. My original Oluo, he birthed my Obaluaye in 2016. That's 2016. I am just now in October finding another Babalawo that is as knowledgeable as he is. What is that? That's 9 years? You have to be patient. I hope this information was helpful. Again, your lineage, your birth name, your bloodline, your lineage that you are birthing into to begin your walk in Ifa, all of that matters. And you cannot overlook it. You don't want to ignore it, because again, you want respect on your name. Everywhere you go, you don't want to dismerch your lineage, your original lineage. Unless you go becoming an Ifa practitioner elevates your lineage, which for me it has elevated, but my lineage, I come from a big sauce lineage in and of itself as well. Okay, so again, you always want to make sure that you are following the synchronicity. Things should make sense. You don't want smoke blown up your behind, but you also don't want to be made little. Peace.